Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's kind of talk about the gifts that we got. Let's see, how do you word this? Because we didn't get it for our kids. Let me talk about Christmas presents for our family this year. First of all, a couple of things, especially since these are very popular videos, let's talk about our family. Our family moved here from California to Indiana. I'll try to keep this brief because I could keep saying it forever and ever and always. But we moved here from California to here in Indiana. We'll be here for about 4 years while my husband finishes up seminary school, and then who knows where else. In the process of moving and just a lot of other crazy things that happen in life, I ended up kind of joining the minimalism bandwagon. And I don't fit into boxes. I am a very out of the box kind of person. So when I say minimalist, it's minimalism in a journey process way for our family. The reason for this has to do with, well, in 4 years I'm going to have to pack up everything and move all over again. The other thing is just that I would like to live kind of in such a way that my whole day isn't spent trying to take care of things. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool my kids. We're here all the time. We could be cleaning up all the time. And all of that kind of stuff. Or we can just do the kinds of things that we want to do without having to worry about all the stuff that we need to take care of. So when it comes to Christmas time, we have done many different things in years past. One of the other voices of this channel is trying to live within a small and tight budget. And so minimalism kind of fits into that. The tight budget is what we're going to talk about next. But in Christmases past, we've done several different things. We have done the something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read. I really did like those. However, a couple things have happened to change. One, my mom has decided that she wants the signature gift from Grandma. And I'm all on board on this, so don't think that I'm frustrated. I'm like, yes, Grandma. She wants to be the one that does the kids' Christmas pajamas and a book. It kind of follows that Iceland tradition of, you get a new book for Christmas Eve and then you just stay up into the wee hours of reading. Not sure that's really actually going to happen. But, yeah, this was a really great idea for our family. It really fits with who my mom is and kind of our family values. So she took over that and I'm ecstatic and thrilled. And just kind of even last year we were kind of homeless. We moved into a rental for 2 months Christmas Eve last year after living in a basement for 3+ weeks. So, Christmas this year I was like, we're on a tight budget. I don't want to put money out for things that 6 months later I'm going to be like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. And I don't have the money to invest in good quality things that would be worthwhile. Like if I could, I would get my son a Mel Science subscription. I would love to do something that says my daughter has a year's worth of ballet lessons. Like those are worthy investment kinds of things, and I'm investing into their skills or something. I'm not really sure how to put it. Those would be the kinds of things that I would really enjoy doing, but I can't afford that, and it just wasn't the year for it. So instead what we did was we were talking about how some of the most memorial Christmases that we had were the ones where we didn't have a lot of money. The year, which would have been 2017, January 2017, we moved into a rental house back in California in a transition to move out here. There's a whole story behind that. I'm sure I've done a video on it somewhere. Just watch other videos. You'll get to know me pretty well. But we didn't have a lot of money that year, and so a lot of what we were trying to do was make Christmas gifts. And it was probably the only year that I really remember everything that was made. Or everyone's Christmas gifts is what I should say. I can remember everyone's Christmas gifts that year. And my kids to this day still talk about that Christmas. Honestly, I remember a lot of my Christmas gifts growing up, and the ones that I specifically remember have to do with some significant meaning or value. Whether or not we always got 3 Christmas gifts every year, but there are just some that really stick out. And this is kind of a similar situation. Okay, so beyond that, so kind of talking about this, we decided we're going to kind of mix that. We're going to do something that what we can afford. We're going to kind of play along with that, possibly handmade items, but basically kind of that idea using things that we could make up with, not just going to the store and finding something, but really if it's something that we can find secondhand, or if it's something that could be made, whatnot, that's what we were going to do and run with it. So the first thing we did was we all drew names. It wasn't just a sibling gift exchange. It was the whole family drew names. This kind of helps the pressure for some of the siblings who are not really sure how, one sibling maybe be giving to all of the siblings, and then she's broke, and then another sibling may want to do that but doesn't have the money, and so you're trying to provide the opportunities, and then the other two siblings are like, well, they're doing it, so we should be doing it too. So we kind of did the drawing names. Well, then my husband and I went in mainly because this was also the opportunity of just keeping it simple. Also within our life, vicinity, whatever, we have family members that are just so giving, and at Christmas time it could get to the point where you're just opening up many, many, many gifts on top of all the ones that your parents do. So without further ado, we had one large budget, and we tried to make everything work with that budget, and this is kind of where it came up to. So now after all of that, we're going to kind of just start from the top and kind of go down. So my husband drew my 7-year-old daughter, and we had the idea of, by the way, let me do that too. Some of these gifts are wrapped, and so I'm not going to unwrap them in order to show them to you. Some of them, if they're in bags, I can pull out. But I do have some other footage clips from another video that I did, and I'm going to pull that from here and insert it here, so you might be like, well, this is a different, yes it is. It's a different time, day, it's even a different video that you have seen previously, but it just will work for this purpose. What my husband was going to do for my daughter, honestly, it just got to the point where I had to kind of like take over his gift, and he wanted to do a lot of it, but we just ran out of time, and now we are 3 days before, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 days before Christmas, and the things that I had said, hey, if you're going to make this work, this is what needs to happen, aren't going to happen. He just doesn't have the time. So kind of last minute, I talked with a friend. I really wanted to support her business. Actually, when I say my stylist, I don't do nails or makeup or anything. I talked with my daughter's stylist, and this is a young lady in our church who decided she didn't want to go back to work but needed to, kind of supplement their income, and so she started selling Color Street. If you want to know more about this, I'm not being sponsored. She doesn't even know I'm doing this. I didn't even know I have a YouTube channel. I made sure of that today. But she is a rep for them, and I will leave information about how you can find out more in the description box. But she sells, they're like Jamberry nails. Do y'all remember those? They were stickers that went on top of your nails. Well, these are actual nail polish that you stick on your nails, and so they actually last longer. I don't remember how much these are because I don't particularly buy them. They're something my daughter enjoys, and she pays with them with her own money. But my stylist had this deal she had where you got one of these and like a little nail buffer and something else for a very reasonable price. So I picked it up for the 7-year-old that my husband can give her. This is just one that I pulled out so I could show you. And they're little petite ones. And then this is something that she really likes to do, especially with her older sister. And her older sister is just like, well, I put the money out for these. I mean, I don't mind sharing with them, but it's not something I constantly want to do. And my 7-year-old keeps asking if she can get some. So that's what Daddy's going to do. And I think it's something that Daddy, it kind of is a little bit more meaningful. And then if you saw my stocking video, Monday, I think, I had this in the stocking. This is that unicorn locket that I had purchased for her. Well, I thought it would go really well with this, and this just, honestly, it seemed really expensive to put in a stocking. I know that sounds silly, but it just did. It seemed like a little bit extra, and so I thought it would actually work really well with something like this. Just kind of little, I don't know what you want to call it. So I just kind of decided to do that for her. Okay, so now, I drew my son, Benjamin. Benjamin is 8 years old, and he's a lot like his older brother, Steven. Steven is 12, and they like to be kind of survivalist type boys. And so they read all the Bear Grylls. They read any kind of survivalist book out there. They have the Boys Mechanic books. They have the Daring Book for Boys. They have YouTube channels they watch that it teaches them how to live in the wild, skin squirrels, capture rabbits, all that kind of thing. That's who they are. And you'll see in a little bit what we did for Steven, but I knew that especially this kid, he's kind of like my daughter, like whatever my son does, my older son, the younger one really wants to follow in his steps, even though there's like a 4-year difference between them. They're kind of like buddies. And so, because I knew that the older son was going to get this gift that you'll see here in a minute, I knew that the younger one would really like something similar. And I went into Goodwill with an idea of, I want to find like a backpack that he can use to put all of his, they make survival bracelets to sell and things like that, and something that they could put like all of their survival skills in and take them with them when they go hiking around the fields behind us in the woods. And I knew exactly what I wanted in my head, but to be honest, I really didn't expect to find it at the thrift store. It's very kind of specific, and if I did, it would probably be very expensive. But I was like, you know, if I could just find like a camo backpack, that would be amazing. And y'all, I walked into Salvation Army, and I was so surprised that they had almost exactly kind of what I was imagining. This backpack is exactly what I was kind of picturing in my mind. Very kind of tactile, survivalist. And I paid, I think it was $7.99, and it was a half off day, so I only paid like $4 for this backpack. And I'm so excited. I don't know, and it's in almost like brand new condition. I don't see any, I can't tell that it's been used. So, I'm so excited about this. Like, he is going to be over the roof about it. So, yeah, I found this for him. I'm really excited to give that to him. But before I had found that, I kind of had gone to Walmart and just decided I was going to, no, I'm sorry, I had gone to Dollar General and kind of had like a backup gift for him, something I knew that he had talked about wanting. And then when I had done some like household shopping, I ended up putting this in last minute with all the stuff that I had planned on eating, and then using my $5 off of $25. So pretty much I got this gift for free. And this is just one of those automated coin jars. This one is tiny enough that you can put in your cup thing in the car. But he's really been wanting one of these, and we have been talking about doing different challenges this coming year with money and whatnot. And so I picked this up for him, and I had no idea what else I was going to do. But now that I found exactly what I wanted, I will probably just put it, he is my kid that just loves to open gifts and loves to give gifts and wants to wrap everything he owns as gifts and give it to them. So I will probably wrap each of these individually, and just so he can have that experience of opening up. In the other video, I talked about possibly doing like a scavenger hunt Christmas Day, and because of church and whatnot, I'm just not sure how I can make this work adequately. But after I had found that, I went to Walmart because I knew that my son's other gift, this would be better for the 8-year-old to have this. And so I had and I bought a coupon, and so I picked these up, and these are just gonna get wrapped up and he can put them in his survivalist bag. So that is what I'm giving my 8-year-old. And then my eldest daughter, who's next one on the list, Drew, my husband's name. Now, originally we had actually made him some sauerkraut. This may seem completely weird, like you made sauerkraut for your husband for Christmas. He has been wanting homemade sauerkraut for years, and we finally did it, and it's been like fermenting and all of this, and we ended up putting it in the fridge, and we put it in the back fridge so he wouldn't see it. Is there any left of that coffee?
Yeah.
Keep everybody out of here.
You know, I don't want it anymore.
Keep everybody out.
Okay.
Yeah, he found it, y'all. And he ate it. He ate his Christmas present. Anyway, so the other thing I was hoping to do was to kind of give like this horseshoe thing to kids, like as a family present. But it's not going to happen. It's going to go back to it being Daddy's present. And that's what this thing behind me. You need to go play. That's exactly what this thing is, and it weighs like 400 pounds. But this is a horseshoe game, and it's another thing that he's talked about wanting forever. And so I'm not going to keep holding that thing up. So that's what he's going to get. And again, it's kind of gone back and forth. First, we bought it for him a few months ago when it went clearance down to $5. Like, this will be a great present for your dad for Christmas. And then when I was wrapping gifts I have kids nearby. When I was doing that one wrapping video that you might recall where we talked about certain things, I talked about this in that video. Well, it's been taken away from the kids and it's going back to my husband because we're kind of like at this, what do we do now? So that's what she's giving him. Now, the next kid in the lineup is a 12-year-old, and he drew me. And I'm going to pretend I have no idea what he gave me. What did Steven give me for Christmas? So I don't really know what to tell you on that one. It probably has something to do with coffee or chocolate, because those are always on the top of my what list. All right, next one in the lineup is my 8-year-old, and he drew the 4-year-old. And in that video, I'm going to put this clip here because we kind of showed you what we did. What we were trying to think of, the 4-year-old for his birthday got a tool set that he loves. It's like your very first tool set. The problem that we were having is that we just don't have anything for him to actually use the hammer and screw and such with. And so I was trying to think of little things that we could put together for him to do. So we're going to take these. These were also at the Dollar Tree. And I found 4 different ones here. And then we're just going to kind of put them in here. So we're just going to put them in there like that so that he can use his little tool set with those. And these were, again, at the dollar store. So there's $4. And then I also saw, he's been asking me for a penny bank. And I saw this one that he gets to paint. So we're just going to put that together for the 4-year-old. And that cost $5. And that's kind of what that's what he got for his brother for Christmas. And then the next one, which is my 7-year-old girl, oh, by the way, my daughter, we found this harmonica at the thrift store. It's in really good condition, and it's an original, so we wrapped it up for my husband too. But the 7-year-old drew my eldest sister, and I also talked about this in that video, and we kind of showed you what we got her, which was this stationery set and these cards from Dollar Tree. And then while I was cleaning out the garage yesterday, I came across the item that I had originally purchased for her and completely forgot about it. And so we're actually going to put it in because it fits. I had seen these on clearance and I picked them up and I tucked them away. These are the blendable water-based ink real brush pens. And so that is what is for my eldest. And that's what the 7-year-old gave her. My youngest drew the Survivalist Boys name. This one. And so, again, in that video, we kind of talked about the things he was getting. And some of the things that he has are this cup, which you put on a stick somehow, and then it like goes over the flames. And that's how it goes. Don't ask me how it works, because he knows exactly what it is. I just don't know. We have some lighters that I picked up for clearance. So we have that one. We have some, what is this, peaches that will work in his little campfire pan. This does not have a lid, unfortunately, but he won't care. So we have this. We have these two things to go into this pot. This was given to us and I thought this would be perfect to kind of throw in there. Something he will totally love. So that's going to go in there, and it's like a really good size for this pot. And then we also have this coffee mug. I don't think this will end up kind of being like the camping mug. I think he will keep it close to his heart and use it for tea. But that is what... Oh, we also have emergency stash of protein. Good old peanut butter. And he has... So I got a notification off of Amazon that something I have been watching dropped down in price. And so I got him the next one that we do not have of this book. And I'm not going to say anything else because it's right around the corner. So that was a little bonus, and why I'm really excited about this is because, unfortunately, like, my son was with me when we were purchasing these things. He doesn't know everything, but he was with me for a bulk of these things, and I'm just like, you're gonna have to pretend you don't know anything about it because you'll get it on Christmas. And he's like my kid that's just like, oh, that sounds great, you know, it's exactly what I want. He's not really my I want to be surprised kind of kid, so it works out. But I'm really glad that I have a little something in here that he doesn't know about. So that's what we got the kids and what the kids got us for Christmas. I hope this video is enjoyable out there. This is kind of, again, how we're doing a minimalist Christmas. You know, all these kinds of things that I have shown you are things that they really want. They're not just things to give them just to give them because they're exciting and new and whatever. So that's how we're doing Christmas. Okay. Again, hope it was enjoyable. I'll see you tomorrow. We're close to Christmas. I think because of how my schedule ended up, I actually go all the way to New Year and trying to put a video out every day. I'm letting you know my computer has been vehemently angry with me for putting so much into its editing software, and it's not always working out that a video goes up every day. But I think I've kind of shown you a lot of the little things that our family does, and I hope it was enjoyable for you as it was for us. I think a lot of these videos will be fun to kind of look back on years later and just enjoy. But I thank you again so much for watching. Merry Christmas, everyone, and I hope that you and your family have a wonderful and blessed day. And I'll see you next time.